How's it going, everyone? How's it going? Happy Monday, happy Monday. Like I told you guys, maybe like a week ago, I'm trying to do a weekly live feed in conjunction with the show, Changing Lives. Well, sorry. Hey, everyone, this is Deonte Burden, host of Changing Lives. Like I told everyone last week, we're going to try to do a weekly live feed in conjunction with the show, Changing Lives, to put out more information out that we normally have each week. And this Thursday, make sure you guys tune in, subscribe to the channel, Changing Lives. Got a good show planned this week. What we're going to be talking about is what parents need to do to get their kids in college. In short, if your child does what they're supposed to do, what is a parent you're supposed to do to help them if you push over the years for them to, go to school. But this the live feed tonight, what I'm going to talk about is 5 reasons to start your business. Even when other people are failing at it. So you have a lot of people that especially at the beginning of the year, they're looking to start a business and get everything started, and you have that fear of failure of doing everything. So I want to give you 5 reasons you want to push through that, no matter how difficult things go, no matter if the business is working or not. Reason to stick with it if you looking around and everything not working out for you or other people. The number one thing is, you want to learn from your mistakes and your failures. A lot of times, people, when you are doing certain things that are a little different from everyone else, you don't really give yourself an opportunity to learn from your mistakes. You actually are constantly, going, hypotheticals and guessing. And until you actually learn how to do it, you can't get comfortable from it, and you can't, even get knowledge of it. Just like the first time you ride a bike, you don't until you learn to feel if you're getting a balance, you're gonna keep falling and keep falling. Then once you learn how to maintain your balance, you better stick with it. Just like you first start your job, you were nervous about doing the job, and you start taking you an hour to do certain tasks, and the more you experience you get with it, and more reps, you get smoother and smoother. So you want to always put yourself in a position where you can make those mistakes, where you can learn from those failures. There's nothing wrong with, I call it failing forward, where actually you're making mistakes and you're failing and you're learning and growing from that. But if you're putting yourself in a constant position where you're not moving or anything and not making any kind of changes, how can you grow from that? So the number one thing again is you want to learn from your mistakes and your failures. The second thing is you give yourself, come piggybacking off number one, you give yourself an opportunity to figure it out. That's one of the things I get with a lot of parents. They put their kid, they make so many decisions for their kids, and then when the time comes, now they're 18, excuse me, 19 years old, excuse me, finna get ready to head to college, and you've been making all their decisions for them. They don't even know how to figure nothing out. So now you're dropping them off at school. You've been constantly making these decisions for them, and they damn clueless about what they need to be doing in life. So you need to always put yourself in a position where you can just figure it out. Uh, I bought a desk from Office Depot, and I thought it was gonna be one of the little things, kind of like a little easy bake oven. But I opened it up. I think you need a damn engineering degree to put that thing together. It was like 100 different pieces that I had to figure out how to do it. Now I'm not saying do something that drastic, but if you can put yourself in a position where you're going to be a little uncomfortable with doing something new, it may be, learning, a different subject. Say if you're going to a dance class, and then we'll talk about in business in particular, you taking on new tasks and not being afraid of those new tasks, not taking on new challenges, because those are the things you grow from, those are the things you develop from, and ultimately those are the things that bring success and more money to you. So again, put yourself in a position where you can figure it out. Third things, you learn to find new ways to make money. Again, when you're out here doing something that's different, doing something that's against the norm, that's also frightening, you may turn around and be actually doing one business and it spin off into a whole nother business. Case in point, with me being a tax accountant, I'm sitting here doing taxes. The business is going slow. I'm going against different kind of clients. I'm like, damn, you make that much money doing Uber? That's another thing. Just turn in like, shoot, I can see if I can do this. You may be doing certain other tasks where you might be meeting certain people with doing your business not going the right way. You may be, working in a store. You see how the trucks going by or coming to the store. You talk to a driver too. Bam, next thing you know, you want to get into a new industry as far as transportation or something like that. So when you're doing certain things and they aren't working, it's not the end of the world. You're acquiring knowledge and you're seeing how other industries and how other businesses work. So that's another reason where you can just spin that off, excuse me, with this new information to make money doing that. So okay, again, number three is in the course of doing the thing, you're learning new ways to make money. The fourth thing, and I think this is very, very crucial for most business owners, you're learning how to sharpen your saw as an entrepreneur. Again, we're talking about reasons to continue with the business, even though it's failing, or most of the business around you in a similar field are failing. So these are, again, five tips to help you with that. But that fourth one is you learn how to sharpen your saw as an entrepreneur. And what I mean by sharpen your saw as an entrepreneur, you have to have, so many other factors outside of just doing your job that's inside of you: courage, fear of failure, be an analytical person, self-driven, self-motivated, disciplined. When you actually are doing things that are kind of uncomfortable for you to do, that might be new or just totally different, you put yourself in a age on. You putting yourself in a situation where you have to, you know, kind of grow some skills you aren't as good as with the others. Case in point, say if you aren't the most disciplined person, if you're not having success in doing certain things, you got to actually be more disciplined in order for your business to be successful. You don't like you're like just looking at everything in the surface. You got to start digging and finding out not just that it's blue. Why is it blue? How does it turn blue? Or how long does it take to turn blue? Those kind of skills you have to dig into, and that's what I mean by sharpening saw as an entrepreneur. You have to hone in those skills that aren't the easiest you come to. When we're in business, we know why we want to start business. We know our strong suits, but if you want to be a true entrepreneur and you want to survive out here, you're actually going to have to focus a little bit more on those skills that you don't, have a great lot, a lot of success in. That doesn't mean you have to master them like you do those skills that you naturally have. You just mean you need to practice them and get better at it. Okay. One skill, I think a couple skills that are very important that most entrepreneurs don't naturally have: that's sales and speaking. If you know you're not a natural salesman, you know you're not a natural speaker, I think that is something you need to kind of gravitate to working on, because again, it's very hard if you're not a good communicator, and it's very hard if you're not a good salesman, knowing how to push your business out for you to be successful out here. So those two skills I think you really need to work on, especially sharpen your saw with those two. The fifth one, very important, because we're talking about reasons to keep on fighting when it's not going right with yourself and see everything else is failing. Yeah, you might just win. You might just be successful. You might be going like you jumping out of the airplane. You pulling on your string that and the chute haven't came out, and you're scared, you're scared, you're scared, you're scared. And before you just say screw it, I'm gonna hit the ground, poof, it pop out. You might be successful, you might win. So if it gets tired or uncomfortable, you back out of it, you're not gonna be successful. Okay. I always tell people, if it was that easy for everybody to just start something up and make money, everybody and their mama would do it. You have to push yourself to places you don't feel like you could ever go before. You're going to surprise yourself. You're going to surprise other people around you. You're going to have to be comfortable with being very uncomfortable. You're going to have to go through that dark wood without no flashlight and be able to just know you're going forward and don't worry about all the noises you hear, all the branches you hear cracking and everything, and just fight through it. So again, we just went through five things that every person should do before starting a business. When you feel like most people in the business already failing, or you having a failure, or you can be a failure in that particular business. And I hope those five help you. Again, just rehash everything. Um, you learn from your failures and mistakes. That's the first one. The second one, you learn how to figure certain things out. The more and more you try something and everything, it gets easier. And those problems that were once difficult become easier the more times you try it out. The third thing, you learn how to wait. You may learn you learn new ways to make money. What we meant by that was there are different things you can try out in the process of doing your business, that when your business ain't working, you spin off and do other tasks. And that's nothing uncommon. But again, that's how a lot of businesses have changed over years. You look at Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway. Started off as a insurance company or textile company. Then he went into insurance, and then they started doing all these massive acquisitions. We're talking about dozens of different industries they went into it. They just started off doing one thing at first initially. Textile is just doing production and stuff, and they're nowhere near that now. The fourth thing, learn how to sharpen your saw as an entrepreneur. Like I said, there are a lot of skills that an entrepreneur needs to be to have: confidence, discipline, being analytical, being organized. And some things that we're great at, some things that we lack. But at the end of the day, those things that we lack, we don't have to bring them up to here with the ones that we're great at, but just kind of make sure you're improving on them. Okay. And last but not least, you might just win. Again, I can't stress to you enough. Don't ever quit. The best advice I can give you when you have those moments where you're feeling down and you kind of second guessing yourself, try to get yourself around people that are kind of going through the similar thing. Okay. A lot of times we can have family and friends that they're supportive of and they want us to be successful and stuff, but they still don't understand it. And sometimes they might talk you out of it, not necessarily to make you quit, but they just can't see what you're trying to see. And we gonna have those moments where you like, damn, man, this ain't going fast enough. I thought I was gonna be able to, get everything in here, hit the light switch, and everything gonna work now. And it may be a 6 month, maybe a year, maybe in a year and a half, maybe a 2 year process. But what you can't do is quit. Now, here's the deal. We seen in the movies when the ship is sinking, it's going down in the water. I ain't saying go down there with the ship, but I am saying be able to ride those tidal waves and those waves when they're going up in the air and come back down to land safely. I am saying that. So listen, again, this is Deonte Burden, host of Change the Lives. I hope I gave you guys some great information. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Change Lives, hosted by me, Deonte Burden. So please get a chance, go to the YouTube channel, subscribe to it, look at all the videos, look at all the shows I got, leave comments, positive and negative. Well, I don't even think it's such thing as negative, it's just your comment. I want to hear from everyone, but please tell your friends about it. Been working real hard. Great show this week. We'll be talking about what parents need to do to help their kids in school. When you've been pushing them the whole time they've been in school to get educated, so when the time comes for them to graduate from high school, what have you been doing? So I think it's gonna be a real good show this Thursday. So make sure you tune in to us this Thursday at 8 p.m. Again, this is Deonte Burden, host of Change Lives. Please inbox me if you got any questions, also with anything else. Take care. Thanks. How's it going, everyone? How's it